Alright, what you see here is a Hunter R&M original ceiling fan. I saw this on a Facebook Marketplace ad over a year ago now, and I contacted the seller, and the seller agreed to hold them for me. However, I wasn't able to meet up any time soon, as they were trying to get rid of them as soon as possible, so I asked Brandon if he could try to pick them up, and he had no time either. So I ended up asking Nathan if he could pick them up, and he was able to do so. Now there was this one, another one just like it with a longer down rod, about, I want to say a good 3 inch to, I want to say it was like a 4 inch down rod on it, and a white and antique brass 52 inch one with cane blades. The one I really wanted was just the small one right here. I probably would have kept the other little original too, or maybe sold one off to either Brandon or Nathan. But since Nathan got him, he ended up keeping the other two. But he has my first 36-inch original. I'd love to get more of them, specifically in brown and bright brass. That's the version I really want to find. But yeah, it's a nice little fan. It's in very good shape for its age. There's the tag. From what I've been able to decode on it, it is from 1980. I know this version of the tag doesn't have that look on the Hunter logo. Some of them I've seen that they have a few lines underneath the R, or not underneath it, after the R. That's something you'd see more on the later versions in the 80s and such. Like going into the early to mid 80s. But this one's a much older one, so yeah. Has oil in it still. This fan was installed in a kitchen. The other one that was just like this was installed in like a breakfast area of the kitchen, from what Nathan told me. And the large white and antique brass one with the cane blades was installed in a living room of some sort. Now, for this fan being in the kitchen for so many years, I'm surprised that it did not have any speck of grease on it at all. If anything, it just had a lot of dust on top of the blades from being used all these years. But for a fan that's 42 years old, it is in really good shape for its age. But yeah, this is a non-reversible version, and it is a 2-speed one. So yeah, it has solid wood blades. Really nice blades. I really do like them a lot. I can see why these blades go for quite a bit on eBay. These solid wood blades that Hunter had back then, as they are really a high quality blade and such. So yeah, let me go ahead and start off on low. The fan does hum a bit, but I have heard that some of the earlier originals from the 80s do tend to hum, so it's not really a surprise to me. At some point I do plan to test this with a round globe on it. It's just I need to get a round globe for it. But yeah, that other original had a matte black 4-inch fitter on it. But what I plan to do is put an antique brass fitter on this, just so it kind of complements the antique brass portion of it, and put a round globe on it. Something I can see in like old restaurants, diners, barbershops, especially with the round globe on it. Libraries, old shoe stores. Like, there's just so many places I could see these installed, and it's not even funny. Now that I think about it, it's not, of all the Hunters that I have in my collection, this is technically the oldest one that I have. As I don't think any other ones I have go past the year 1980. can feel a good breeze from it over here. I know, like, I think it was either 81 or 82. I think it was either 82 to 83 that they started making them 3-speed. I'm not too sure on that, but it is kind of cool to test one that's just a 2-speed version. And that was when the medium speed was introduced. Although this is technically a medium speed in my opinion, but that's when they started making those speeds a lot more slower for fans. Now this one, from what Nathan told me, wasn't hung up on the that U-bolt thingy they used for Hunter Originals. It had the grommet mounting, but it was just hung up with a hook. And with this fan being non-reversible, that definitely isn't an issue for it at all. But I do have it with that U-bolt mounting for it. It's a nice little breeze for it on low speed. Although it's really a medium speed in my opinion, but this is technically low for this fan. Alright, now to move it up to high. Now this fan flies on a high speed. Especially a very impressive amount of air for a fan of its size. And I already know there's going to be quite a few collectors asking me if I'd sell this to them or trade it to them. Highly doubt I'd ever, no, well, it's not even a question if I'd part or not. I definitely am not going to part with this because it's my first 36 original. I've been wanting to get one of these for a while. And I got it for such a good price, only $20 too. And I do have oil in it too. I actually didn't have to put any oil in it. It still had quite a bit of oil from when it was installed at the seller's house. When I was attaching the blade, so there was some oil getting on my hands, so it's definitely more than enough oil in it still. Plus, it's just for a test video. It's not like I need to have it completely oiled. I mean, it spins nice and freely. It's nice and smooth as it spins. And I did the oil gauge check, and it still definitely has quite a bit in there. It has to be something off that rubber grommet that's making it sound like that. But it's pushing a very good breeze. It definitely has a good, very strong breeze underneath it. Definitely a very, very powerful fan. I mean, I haven't tested a whole lot of 36-inch fans down here, so it's kind of very hard to compare it, but I mean, the only other one I've really tested that's really powerful from this era that I can say is the NuTone Veranda Deluxe in 36 inches. There's also the Moss Caribbean Breeze, but that's a metal bladed fan. I can never say that the Caribbean Breeze moves a lot more air than this, but that's also a metal bladed fan. But this fan's, it's definitely powerful. I hear that the 42-inch ones aren't as powerful, considering it's an original. Not saying that they're not as powerful as this, but they're not really that impressive. This fan definitely pushes an impressive amount of air, without a question. Let me shut it off and just spin down. But yeah, some other fans that I can think of are, I've tested down here that are like 36 inches, or I'm trying to think what else I've tested down here at 36 inches. I know I've tested a lot of 32 inches fans down here, like the Minuets, the Incompetits. I mean, if I had a white one of these, I definitely wouldn't mind putting it in a bathroom, to be honest. It's just that sound I feel like wouldn't be the best spot for it. And also, I don't know how I feel about having an oil bath fan in the bathroom, since I feel like it can cause the oil. I don't know, it's just an oil smell of it with steam, so I feel like it can amplify the smell of the oil and such. So that's the only reason why I kind of be against it, but who knows. But yeah, it's come to a complete stop, and that'll be it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more videos to come.